Everyone, I'm Shea Hess, and this week we're all about mushrooms. First, we stop by the Union Square Green Market where Michelle Bulich of Bulich Mushroom Company tells us everything we need to know about this fancy fungus. Then we head back over the bridge to Mesa Coyoacan where Chef Ivan Garcia whips up some vegan mushroom tacos hearty enough to satisfy even the most carnivorous of eaters. Finally, it's back to the kitchen for our own twist on mushrooms, Mexican style. So let's head to Union Square. Located in Catskill, New York, Bulich Mushroom Farm specializes in cultivated mushrooms. Michelle Bulich is here to explain the difference between each of her freshly picked varieties.
The criminis look very similar in shape to a white mushroom, but they're actually a baby portobello. So they have like a woody, nutty flavor. These are the oyster mushrooms. Oyster because I think it looks like an oyster shell. Also, I feel it has a light white fish flavor. The shiitake has like a chewy texture.
And so how are these grown?
The crimini and portobello, they're grown in what's called mushroom beds. The shiitake are grown on logs, and then the oysters are grown in a mix in a plastic bag.
Now, where should someone buy mushrooms like this?
If you can't come to the market, you can get a lot of these in the store. A lot of times you do find them open, like in bins. That would be the best way to buy them, as opposed to pre-packaged. Plastic is really bad for the mushrooms. When you store your mushrooms, they store in paper because it allows them to breathe. You put them in the refrigerator, just on a shelf though, not your vegetable bin, because that tends to hold moisture.
Okay, how do I go about cleaning them?
Your oyster mushrooms, since they're grown in the bag, there's nothing on them. They are organic in the fact that we do not use any sprays or chemicals on our mushrooms at all. Same with the shiitake, they're grown on a log. So the only thing you'd be taking off is maybe a piece of the log that you see. Your criminis will have a little dirt on them here. You can just take a damp paper towel and wipe them off.
Michelle then tells us why mushrooms are so good for you.
They have more potassium than bananas, so if you're pregnant, mushrooms are great for pregnant women because you need a lot of potassium, a lot of zinc, niacin, thiamine, no fat, zero cholesterol, no calories. They're very, very good for you.
They sound like a superfood.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michelle. Now back to Brooklyn, where Chef Ivan Garcia of Mesa Coyoacan caters to the community by including hearty vegetarian dishes like the incredible mushroom tacos on his deliciously authentic menu. So mushrooms are very popular in Mexico.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Very popular. I remember when my grandmom made all the time different dishes with the mushrooms, quesadillas and soups. Very popular too for the hangovers.
For hangovers, is that what you said? Mushroom soup is good for hangovers?
Perfect.
Really?
Yes. Chicken broth, mushrooms, jalapeno, and epazote. You can get the best soup for the hangovers.
I'm gonna have to try that. A little bit of tequila the night before and some mushroom soup the next day.
Right. We are making mushroom tacos with a cactus salad on top. First of all, take out this part from the mushroom. This is not good. And then put in small pieces. A little olive oil. A little garlic. Not too brown, not too white. So this is perfect. So put the mushrooms. Just 3 minutes. The epazote, just like 5 or 6 leaves.
Okay.
1 spoonful de huitlacoche. So a little salt.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Chef Ivan then prepares his cactus salad. To avoid serious injury, he removes the spikes carefully, then boils the cactus in salted water for 3 minutes. Now it's ready to chop and add to his pico de gallo.
This is pico de gallo. Tomato, onion, and cilantro. A little salt, splash olive oil, dry oregano, very important, and a splash of lime juice. You know, squish. Mix it up.
Ivan warms homemade tortillas, and then it's taco time.
Cactus salad. You can put a little salsa borracha on top. That's it.
So it's easy.
Easy and delicious. Try it.
You want one?
Sure.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Awesome.
You're feeling the oyster mushroom texture is like a meat.
It's very, it is meaty. It's very filling.
Yeah.
I think that this could be a hangover cure too.
Yes.
So I have my beautiful oyster and crimini mushrooms here, and we are ready to whip up some mushroom and chipotle tacos that I think will make Chef Ivan proud. But before I get started, I have to make my tortillas. I know it sounds really difficult, but I promise you it's easy, especially if you have a tortilla press, which you can pick up for really cheap in most kitchen stores. Here's what you need to do. Mix 1 cup of masa harina with 2/3 of a cup of warm water and a pinch of salt. Use your hands to form the dough. If your dough seems dry, just add water in 1 tablespoon increments. Separate the masa into 8 equally sized pieces and roll into balls the size of ping pong balls. Press each ball between 2 sheets of wax paper in a tortilla press. Then cook them for about 45 seconds on each side in a dry, preheated skillet. Stack on a plate and cover with a damp paper towel to keep them soft and warm. It's as simple as that. So I've got 2 tablespoons of oil heating in a pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and slice half an onion. I'm gonna add that to the preheated pan, and also 4 cloves of garlic. Next, on to the main attraction, the mushrooms. I'm gonna start with my oyster mushroom here. We want about 2 cups of each once they're chopped. I know it sounds like a lot, but mushrooms really cook down. And onto the criminis. I'm just gonna check on the onions and the garlic here. Garlic is nice and toasted and the onions are softening, so it's time to add the mushrooms. Give them a nice toss, combining the onions with the mushrooms, and a pinch of salt. So while these hang out here and do their thing, it's time for the episote. All right, give this a nice rough chop. Add the episote to the pan. Give that a nice toss. So the last thing I'm gonna add are chipotles and adobo. A chipotle is just a smoked jalapeno, and it adds such a wonderful, spicy, earthy flavor. So we are gonna use 2 peppers. Let's chop those up. All right, I'm just gonna give this a taste and see if I need some more salt. It's good. I could use a pinch more. I go light on the salt at first because the chipotles and adobo have a lot of salt in them and I don't want to overdo it. All right, we're all set to build our tacos. I loved Chef Ivan's trick of building them between 2 limes. See, perfect little cups. A generous helping in each one. And now I'm topping them with just a little bit of cotija cheese. Feel free to skip this step if you want to keep it a vegan dish. Last but not least, some fresh homemade pico de gallo. And there you have it. So the next time you're looking for a vegetarian option that's fun, delicious, and good for you, whip up some local mushroom and chipotle tacos. For more information on this episode, visit hungryyinbrooklyn.com. Amazing. If you have an ingredient you're dying to learn more about, let us know. Send us your suggestions at ingredients@hungryyinbrooklyn.com.